Hello everyone, how are you? It's Jane here, and I thought I would come on and share my August 2023 currently inked pens and inks. Now, I thought rather than just do like a little scribble and everything, I would do coffee cups, or you can call them teacups if you like, and actually fill those in with the ink and actually swatch the ink as well as do a writing sample with you, and you can let me know what you think. Now I've got my trusty Esterbrook pen cup here, or to go cup I think it's called, and then I've also got my Galen leather 3 pen case as well. I think this is just brown leather, it's not crazy horse or anything, it's just brown leather. It's really lovely, I've had it for quite a while. So I've got 3 in here, and I've got 8 in here. 2 of these are carryovers from last month, which I'll show you their inks and everything, but I won't actually be swatching those inks with you today. I'm just doing the ones for this month. So let's get started. The first one we have here, oh, my pens are falling over, that's not good. Stay. Okay, the first one we've got here is Ferris Press Buttered Popcorn. Now I love this colour. It reminds me, do any of you actually make microwave popcorn and you get all that butter on the inside? This is what that reminds me of. So that's going to be the first one that we swatch with you today. So it's just a really, and I'm not going to fill these cups in the whole way, but you know, you'll get a bit of an idea as to the colour and what it looks like. So it's just going to be very abstract, shall we say, of what the swatches will look like. So that's the buttered popcorn. I've actually got it in this Twisty Eco Tea in Saffron, and it has a broad nib on it. So that is the Twisty Eco Tea. That looks, anyway, you get the drift. In saffron. It has a broad nib, and I just really love the way this ink shades in this broad nib as well. Really lovely. So that's the first one we've got. Put that to the side. The next one we've got is Taranashi Opera Rose. You know, that's become one of my fast favourites. I only have half or a little bit less than half a bottle left of this because I've shared some of it, but I've also used it a great deal in the few months that I've had it. So I've got it, last month I had it in this pen, this Just Turnings custom copper line with the Platinum 3776 medium nib on it. And I enjoyed it so much that I inked it up twice last month with this particular ink. And I just enjoyed it so much that it's got to stay in the rotation for this month too, I'm afraid. So this is, how much have I got? Yeah. So this is the Just Turnings. It is called Custom Copper Line. It has the Platinum 3776 medium nib on it. Oh, and I didn't put what the ink was up there. But this is just the most beautiful pen and ink pairing. I better put the ink in, hey? Taranashi Opera Rose. I better go back and just, before I forget, and just write what that one is up there. So that one was the Ferris wheel press, buttered popcorn. Okay. So let's swatch this one. Thought I'd try and go light to dark. I don't know if that's going to quite work, but we'll give it a go. I just love this ink. It's just the prettiest, softest, beigey, sepia. Oh, honestly, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just really beautiful. So that's the next one we have. I think I'll do this one next. So the next ink we've got in the lineup is Diamine Sierra, and this is an old favourite too actually, but I haven't used it in a while, so I thought I'd pull it out. I like this, it's a nice wintry sort of colour, almost like a what do you call that? Is it, you know, the wine that they make in winter? What do you call it, where it's warm? It's like a warm wine. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. But that's what it kind of reminds me of anyway. So I have that one in my Visconti Van Gogh. This is called the Novel Reader. It is made with the most beautiful resin, and I know some people find Visconti nibs hit and miss. I've been very lucky with mine. I've never had any issues. Mine has a medium nib on it. So I've got the Visconti Van Gogh. And this has got quite a wet nib on it too. The Novel Reader. It has a medium nib on it. Just so lovely and smooth. Just an absolute joy to write with. And this ink is Diamine Sierra. So the next one, that's the next one we've got in our lineup. So the fourth one, I'm just wondering whether I do the Nanita next. I might do that next. Okay. So the fourth one in our series is this, it's just a sample that I got from the Desk Bandit. It's Troublemakernita. Now this is kind of, how would I describe it? It's like a red, really deep red, almost like the Sierra, but it has a hint of brown through it. And then it has this crazy green sheen. Like it's just the most unusual ink. So that's what I've got in my Esterbrook Esty in Tortoise this time round. So I'll do the writing sample first. So this is the Esterbrook Esty in Tortoise. It has a medium nib on it. Flows beautifully, writes beautifully. I love this pen. And it's got in it Troublemaker At the end, I'll show you a close-up of all of these, and I've actually swatched them on my little cat Warringal swatch cards as well for you to have a look at. So see what I mean? It's like a really, really deep red. I'm hoping I can get some of that sort of crazy sheen with it as well, so you get to see it. Oh yeah, some of it's starting to come out. Okay, the next one I've got is also a sample. It is one that I got from Pulp Addiction. It is Robert Oster's new 7th anniversary ink, Jewel in the Crown. Now this is like a greeny grey colour with a shimmer. I actually put this in a pen to go up to Brisbane last weekend, and it behaved beautifully when everyone was sort of testing it and writing with it, and I was saying, hey, try this new ink, it's really lovely. And then the next day it was completely clogged with shimmer, and so I was really disappointed. I sort of tipped the rest of the ink out of this pen, and I've put it in another pen. So we'll swatch it first. It's just the most gorgeous colour. There we go. So it's sort of like a greeny sort of grey with crazy amounts of shimmer through it. Just want to get as much. I like this. I really like that ink. So because it clogged in the Conklin Durograph, and that Conklin Durograph has got an Omniflex nib on it, I decided to try it in this Twisty Eco with a stub nib and just see how it goes in this. Hopefully it won't clog in this pen. I'll be very upset if it does. Not for the clogging issue, but just because I actually want to write with this ink. I love it so much. Okay. So this is the Twisty Eco. It's in mint. Oh no, not mint, sorry. Scrap that. Jade. It has a 1.1 stub nib. That mistake's going to annoy me there. Nib. It is writing really well and flowing quite well, so that is a good start. And this one is Robert Oster Jewel in the Crown. So it almost has some chroma shading aspects to it as well. It's really quite pretty. So that's the next one. Next in the lineup is another Robert Oster. It is a collaboration between Robert Oster and the Desk Bandit here in Australia, and it's called The Great Owl. Oh, actually, I might do the writing sample with that first. So I've actually got that in this Lamy All-Star in Petrol. It has a medium nib on it. So, Lamy All-Star in Petrol. It has a medium nib, and I am going to run out of room. It has a medium nib. I'll just do this over here. Really lovely. Robert Oster, Desk Bandit. The Great Owl. It's a lovely sort of grey colour, but it actually has hints of lavender through it. It's very pretty. Sometimes on your computer screens too, well, it depends on the lighting and how you see inks too. So that's why I try and describe them and not just show you as well, so you get a bit of an idea. So that's that one. The next one we have is Diatramentis Jane Austen. This is a lovely green ink. Yeah. So I'll swatch it, then I'll do the writing sample. Really nice. It hasn't got like any shimmer or sheen to it, this one. It's just a really lovely standard green ink. And I have it in my Twisty Eco in Royal Jade and Rose Gold with a medium nib. So I think it's a Twisty Eco Tea actually. Eco, yeah, it's an Eco Tea. It is in the Royal Jade and Rose Gold finish. It has a medium nib. And writes beautifully. It's flowing very nicely in this pen so far. And it is inked with Diatramentis Jane Austen. Okay, so that's that one. Oops. And next one we've got is the Shikiori Yamadori, and I have that in my Sailor Progi Slim in Dragon Palace. This has a medium fine nib on it. I find because this pen is a bit small, I do post it. So Sailor Progia Slim. It's in Dragon Palace finish. It has a medium fine nib. Very nice to write with though. It's quite a smooth nib, even though it's rather fine. And it is inked with Sailor Shikiori Yamadori. So fill the cup in with that. This is another really lovely ink. Look at that colour. It's a gorgeous bluey sort of teal colour. So it's got more blue in it than actual like green of a teal, but it's really lovely. And the last one we've got is this little Pilot Cocono. It has a medium nib on it, and I just, sometimes you just want a black ink, and I've only got one black ink really, and that's the Noodler's Bulletproof Black. And so I had a Pilot Namiki black cartridge for this, so I just stuck it in here and I thought that will do. So, and because I don't have it in an ink bottle, it is a cartridge, I'm not going to be able to do mine. So I'm going to have to like do this a bit. So this one's going to look a little bit different, people. But you get the drift. You know that this is going to be this is meant to represent black, right? Okay. So this is the Pilot. I love this little pen. It writes so smoothly. It's in the clear finish. Has a medium nib. Lovely little writer. And it is inked with a Pilot Namiki black cartridge. So they're the ones I am using for this month, and then of course from last month I still have my Esterbrook Esty in Sea Glass with Robert Oster's Velvet Storm, which I won't swatch, but and then the next one I've got is this Twisty Eco in Smoke and Rose Gold, and I've got that inked with Ferris Press Storied Blue. So they're the two I've got left over from last month. Let's just have a little look at these writing samples. So there we have the Twisty Eco Tea in Saffron with a broad nib, and it's inked with the Ferris Press Butter Popcorn. Then we've got the Just Turnings Custom Copper Line with a Platinum 3776 medium nib with Taranashi Opera Rose. Next one we've got is the Visconti Van Gogh The Novel Reader with a medium nib, and it's inked with Diamine Syrah. This is the Esterbrook Esty in the Tortoise with a medium nib, and it's inked with Troublemakernita. Now I'm hoping that you can see a bit of that crazy green sheen. Fingers crossed. The next one we've got over here is the Twisty Eco Jade with a 1.1 stub nib, and it's inked with the new Robert Oster Jewel in the Crown 7th anniversary ink. Well, hopefully you can see that sort of that greeny grey colour. It's almost got hints of pink through it as well, and it's got some shimmer. Really lovely. The next one we've got is the Lamy All-Star in Petrol with a medium nib, and that has been inked with the Robert Oster and Desk Bandit collaboration, the Great Owl. Really lovely mauvey sort of grey colour. The next one we've got is the Twisty Eco Tea in Royal Jade and Rose Gold with a medium nib, and that has been inked with Diatramentis Jane Austen. The next one we've got is the Sailor Pro Gear Slim with, in Dragon Palace with a medium fine nib, and it has been inked with Sailor Shikiori Yamadori, and that ink is still drying, but you can see it's almost got a little bit of a, I don't know if you can see a little bit of a red sheen around the wet there. And the last one is the Pilot Cocono in a clear finish with a medium nib, and it's inked with the Pilot Namiki black cartridge. So they're the ones that I've got for you, and I have got cards for all of them as well. So these are the two left over from last month. So the Ferris Press and Storied Blue, and the Robert Oster Velvet Storm. So they're the two from last month. And this is the Ferris Press Buttered Popcorn. And then we've got the Taranashi Opera Rose. This is the Diamine Syrah. This is the Troublemakernita. So can you see that? Crazy, right? Crazy green sheen. It's just amazing. Such a fun ink. The next one we've got is this Robert Oster Jewel in the Crown. You can see a bit of the shimmer and everything there, really, really beautiful. And then after that we've got the Robert Oster and Desk Banner exclusive, the Great Owl, really lovely colour. And then we have Diatramentis Jane Austen, really lovely, just a really nice deep sort of emerald green, but this one has no sheen and no shimmer. And then we've got the Sailor Shikiori Yamadori, and that has a little bit of a red sheen, I hope that you can see. So that's those ones. And then of course I don't have a swatch card for the Pilot Namiki Black because I don't actually have that as an ink, it's just in a cartridge. So that's what we have for this month. I will come back probably at the end of the month and let you know how they all wrote. I'm quite happy with this. I think they all complement each other and they look nice together as well. So, I'm quite happy with those. But that's all I have for you today, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this, and take care. Have a lovely day or evening wherever you are, and I'll see you. Oh, and thank you very much to everyone who watches and subscribes and gives me a thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated. Anyway, I'll see you here next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.